everybody. Thanks for stopping by the channel. You know my name's Chuck. I appreciate your time and I hope you'll find some enjoyment in this. This video is more for entertainment than a build, just some ideas. I'm not the one to teach you, but there is some ideas in here, and we got some Charlie time in here, so you guys sit back and laugh. It's okay. You're allowed to laugh. All right, we'll move right on into the video, and thanks again for stopping by. So I did a video, a couple weeks back, Vise Work Holding Accessories, scrap box build. And I'm going to put a link or a card, you can go back and look at that. This was ideas that I got from Jerry Kirkpatrick, and in that previous video there was different methods on how to hold rounds into here, which I showed, and even larger rounds. Well, yesterday my buddy Flea Market Dave and I went up to Sonoma Raceway to go to the Cobra Car show, display, track racing and stuff. Here's a couple of photos. We're back from that. I thought you would enjoy seeing that. It was a lot of fun. Well, I was showing Dave this device. He hadn't seen it. And we were talking about different ways how to hold material in here. And I was showing him my different ideas. And then I went, wait a minute. And I went and grabbed this guy right here. This is a, I think it's a 238B. It's a clamp for a X V-block. And I said, I think that'll fit. And so sure enough, it's a perfect fit for the tool. Well, that got me going. And so first I said, I'm not going to take this away from the V-block that I have. Yeah, go on eBay and take a look. Yeah, you can buy these on eBay, brand new in the box, or even used. Yeah, they're about 30 bucks each. Well, this is a scrap box build. I'm not going to spend 30 bucks each for this. And it's not that I'll use this setup very often. It's just, it was a fun build and another shop accessory. All right, blah, 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 blah. So let's move on, right, Chuck? So then I went on the quest of, okay, how do I build this? How do I build this? And so I ended up with, hang on a second. So 2-inch ID steel pipe. That's where I just cut these off. This is where we're going to head, but I thought I'd just grab that. So initially I took and this is scrap box build, okay? Initially I took and cut the piece there. I didn't have the dowel pins in there. And without the dowel pins, when you would go to tighten it up, because it wasn't centered on the V, it wasn't grabbing on flats that were parallel to the V, it was offsetting a little bit. It would work. So then I started thinking about, how can I do this? How can I do this? Let me pull this forward a little bit. So I think you can see there the dowels work very nice to pull the unit centered. And so all I did was just a little quick super glue attachment on there. And this piece that I had cut, I cut it big because it was all funky on the end. I said, I'll just cut that end off to do it. Found a screw, and so it centers up nice. It works really well. So now I went to bed thinking, okay, how do I attach these dowels? Or do I want to use dowels? Hey, maybe I can bring set screws through the bottom. Originally I was thinking of, welding some flats in there and then milling them, just all sorts of different ways. And as we all know, there's a lot of ways to cook the goose here. So then I went to balls, but I didn't have any small enough balls to put in there. Then I was thinking about set screws. I could drill and run a set screw through there, but I would really want it at 90 degrees. And so then I was sitting there in my brain trying to think out, how do I line up and drill and tap it through the circle at 90 degrees. And with all that said and done, I went back to dowel pins. So I've got 3/4 inch dowel pins, and I cut the rounds to 3/4 inch. I've got to clean them all up, slice them again, and then set up, and I'm going to silver solder the dowels in place, make a little fixture for the screw here, and I think we'll have a really nice little fixture for this bench-made tool. So we'll follow along and show you a couple of things as I go. Okay, well, we're going to doll these up a little bit. So we're over at the lathe, taking the chamfering tool here and cleaned up the inside so it can sit against the chuck. Then I'm going to take my Lipton design tool there and get the inside radius or inside circumference there, clean that up, the edge, just a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with a whoop. See, guys, talked about sealing that down. As I said, this is a beta, and time will tell. Little corner radius tool, and put a corner radius on the part there. So fire up the machine and let's get it done. Actually, I'm moving this out of the way. As I've said, I printed this. Yeah, it can be down with a magnet, it can be down with tape, it could have cork underneath it. I don't know that I'm even going to keep it. It's just a beta, and see if I like it and see if I end up putting things in it. But anyway, enough of that. Continue on. Well, I know this is supposed to be a scrap box build, but kind of radiused the corners and stuff and cleaned it up, and I just couldn't leave the black pipe on the outside, so I Took about 20, 30 thousandths off the outside, cleaned it up. But there is the seam right here in the weld of the pipe, and so I'm going to cut that out. But I wanted a clean surface in here so that I could silver solder to it. So that's what I'm doing right here real quick. Well, it's a scrap box build, huh? And Charlie's going a little goofy here. But we might as well do our best to try to make it nice. Knowing that those cuts worked last time, I might as well copy it and not change the plan. So got to take that out, and that right there is the seam. And talk about a scrap box build. This is my copy of the Fireball swivel. My table's threaded, but all I did was just make the dowel so it's a little bit smaller, so it'll drop in the threads. This is a Harbor Freight clamp, cut it off, and it works great. I've shown these. You take the rivet out on top, and then you can push and pull with them. It works really well. So anywho, so we'll get that set up in the bandsaw and cut those guys out, and then get it prepping for the silver solder. Okay, I've got the unit all cleaned. Everything's cleaned and ready to go. And I've got this V plate that I picked up. I think that's going to work out fine. Put a piece of pipe in there. I was going to silver solder it, but I think I'm going to hit the wrong button on the camera. I was going to silver solder, but I think I'm going to TIG weld it. Good practice for TIG welding there. I can get into there and do it, and put the welds right back in here. Should work out fine. So that's what we're going to attempt. We'll see. Has to happen on camera. Ah, son of a bitch. I gotta fix it. Yeah, damn it, Charlie. Okay. I don't know if you can see me or not. Oh, you know something, I can turn that around and I can tell. Charlie. Well, you can kind of tell. Anyway, you might see this on top of my head. There's a skylight above me, and for the longest time I was fighting, trying to see, because I was getting light through the backside of my helmet. And watching a welder that welded pipe, and they were showing how they wear goggles in the flat 90 degree so they get no sunlight in. The light went on. I went, that's my problem. It's the skylight above. That's why I can't see. So I'm gonna have to do an adaptation to my helmet. But right now I'm just taking my Fender towel and covering the back of my helmet so I can block out the light. There we go. Now I can see. All right, there we go. I hope you guys are enjoying. What a hack! What a mess! You know, it may be my tank is just about out of gas. It's either that or that I'm on video. Ah, that is too funny. I gotta take this thing back apart again, or is that gonna come out of there? God bless it. Adventures in welding. When you're an amateur. And did that stick? Oh, you stuck nice, didn't you? Son of a bitch. Alright, we'll be back. May have to do this without the camera on. The first one was simple. This one's not turning out nice at all. Melted the dowel right there. Here's the first one, and I'm not proud, but hey, I know it's going to stick. It looks halfway good. Charlie. Good thing I'm having fun. Okay. I kicked Charlie out of the god dog shop. Ran his ass out. Gave Howie a little pet on the head for luck. And You get to see it on camera. Take number, it always works the third time, right? Right? Come on, have confidence. Old shaky welder here. There it is. Get out of here. Should put that on the wall of fame. Okay, I'm just hoping I got enough argon left. It's just too lazy to change the tank. So we will see. Let's see, I gotta put my shield on top of my head. Yeah, I'm out of gas. God damn it. Almost there. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. That's what you get for being lazy. Started off, my helmet needed a new battery in it. One of those things, sometimes when they start bad, they finish bad. Well, I got to change the tank and then get back in here and clean up what I've done. We'll bring you back. So just to show you the setup here, the sinker weighs down below, smaller MIG is above, my plasma cutter's behind that, oxyacetylene over here, and the tanks are back there. So I just got to roll the unit out and go fetch a tank. I got a new tank. Maybe I should have silver soldered the unit, but I got to practice TIGs. Well, the clamps are done. Had some fun building it. Had some wing nuts and some long 1/4 inch bolts, so just took the head off of it down, Loctited these on, so I got nice clamps. And the clamps work out good. That's one of the better TIG welds. I'll show you my mess. And this one's kind of funky, but the pins aren't going to go anywhere. And then just want to show you can hold all the way down to something very small. I showed in the previous video, I think I had 2.5 inch pipe in here, but of course it would take a different clamp. And these I opted to silver solder, just to see if I could do it. Now this one turned out really nice. Really happy with that. The other one, kind of butt ugly. Something with that one, it was spitting and sputtering. And it's on there, but it's just not pretty. I was hoping for pretty. But we're going to leave it at that. My flux for my silver solder is turned into rocks, so I had to try to thin it with some water, so that probably didn't help either. I don't silver solder very often, probably need to buy some new flux though. But anyway, that's the end of it. It's a great little fixture. I think it'll get its use over time, and I think there's varying uses for it. And the little clamps, I'm real happy with it. They fasten in real tight. I can tighten it down even more, and they're not going to move at all. Of course, when you're just buttoning two pieces of pipe for whatever you're doing, you don't need to be gronking on the thing. Anyway, hey, thanks for stopping by the channel. I hope you enjoyed. As you know, this is more entertainment than a build. I'm not trying to teach anybody anything here. You get to watch my mistakes, which is just part of being a home shop hobbyist. Again, thanks for your time. As always, please subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. I appreciate comments, and you can share also. And like. Take care, and we'll catch you again on a future video.